Hi, I'm Tommi Krasic,
And I'm Erik Osterlund.
and we are the directors of Spider-Man Seasons of Change. Scribbly. That's alright. So, the warehouse scene, I think it's safe to say, again, love this scene, love this sequence. And we'll stop it straight away here.
I think this is one of my favourite scenes from the whole film.
It's one of my favourite whole, just shots in general. This was fun to film, but it was also a chore to film. So we refilmed this like 3 times. So basically the way this works is we have Erik here. Erik is wearing a harness underneath the Spider-Man suit right there, which basically has a loop on the back of his neck there that attaches to a wire that goes up that way. And then you have standing up here, you have Hamish and myself. We're basically standing up there and pulling him. So we'll say 3, 2, 1, we'll pull him up and then we'll just slowly lower Erik, being that, whatever, he's descending from the roof. The first couple of times we filmed this, it was off. We called it the Mary Poppins shots because Erik would be using his opposite hand and he'd look like this, coming down like that. It doesn't work. Like obviously physics-wise, even Spider-Man can't hold himself out like that. So, I think on our second day filming here, our like 200th time filming it, we just said, why don't we just swap arms? Swapped arms and it just worked perfectly. And then all it was after this, so obviously that's, you got Erik's CG web glistening very nicely. It was just a matter of getting our clean plate. So obviously just, I don't know what the term for it is, but obviously it's just, cutting all the pieces of the shot together to create the clean plate in the background and just cutting around Spider-Man, erasing that wire that comes from the back, that protrudes from the back of his neck, and eliminating up here the wire and everything that ran along the rail. I think this is a shot that we thought up ages ago because not many, I think it's safe to say not any Spider-Man fan films online really have something like this. Like it's a lot of Spider-Man jumping out of frame or the web away, pull, and it's just using a lot of sound to create that effect. But I don't think you really see much of this kind of stuff, so I think it's safe to say we're the first ones maybe to do this. To do it practically is a different story, and I think it looks a lot better, to be honest.
100%. Makes it look that much cleaner. I should be here.
Obviously, then we have our whole sequence here. I think this whole sequence, even with all the different colors in the background, being the graffiti and everything, Spider-Man still manages to pop in this sequence. And that's what I love about it. I thought he might have got lost in all the colors, but he really does stick out and it looks very, very nice. I'm very happy with it. This is what I say, this is Erik's Oscar-worthy performance here. So obviously again, Erik is in this Spider-Man suit here. And we were just saying in camera when we're watching this, like the clips back, how his micro expressions, his sort of, all that kind of stuff. We just loved it. We're just gassing each other up the whole day.
You never should have left. Peter.
If we get to the end here, this obviously just to say, this contrasts how he entered the scene. So he entered the scene very stealthy and quietly, slowly. Whereas when he exits the scene, it's very quick, abrupt, and smashing glass and all that kind of stuff. He just wants to get out of there. So it's very much of a contrast of the start to the end. But again, this sequence, I think Erik will have the most to complain about this one. I asked to refilm this in particular like 100 times at least. It's gotta be like, we had the gimbal set up on the ground, or at least on a platform, a little bit of a raised platform. Then I'd have to pick up the gimbal and slowly move across and
go again.
It was a lot of just trying to make it look smooth and it wouldn't look smooth. So maybe we refilm this one, heaps. There was a lot of Erik. Alright, Erik, run. Alright, jump out of the shot. Alright, I'm gonna go. Alright, start again. So Erik really got to work out that day. But in the end, I think it works, so I'm happy. And if we keep going, we might as well just talk about this sequence here. The rooftop rush. So, again, if you follow us on Instagram and TikTok, I've broken down this sequence as well. I've mashed it, showing our reference scene. It's basically a reference to the Spider-Man PS4 when he gets his new suit and he's just showing it in little segments, running at the feet, jumping on that building and all that stuff. It's a very much just an Easter egg, a little nod to that Spider-Man PS4 suit up scene. So here we have practical. Yeah, Erik just running, goes to Erik's CG double here, which goes back to a practical. So this in the back here, being that it's blurry, we thought it might have been easier just to have a clean plate, not have to worry about Erik, alright, jump, me cut it out, run around, and then do the hand plant. Erik just basically just made a CG double, nice little shadow on the floor. Fast forward it, this is practical hands here. Few people have actually thought that these hands were CG. I've had a few comments saying like, wow, how'd you get those hands to look so great? It's because they're practical.
Heads up, the reason we did all this was because the CG model is actually shit.
You gotta show the hands.
We'll show you the pictures of the hands, but the hands on the CG model are coloured like human hands, and that's it. They're just sausages. Hence why all the close-ups are practical shots, because we can sort of get away with our CG shots if they were off in the distance, but absolutely not if that was nice and close.
Definitely. And the little thing that we added here, obviously the black bar's covered a little bit, but you've got a little bit of Spider-Man's noggin up the top there. I think that's just a quick way just to show Spider-Man, really he is upside down at this point and like flipping off. So it's very small, but visually just watching it you'd be like, ah, okay, he's upside down, so yeah. Then you get to the end of this sequence, Erik's CG double. Alright, now off to the next one.
I should be here.